Thank you for having me here today. I must join the line of people apologizing for the Spanish. I only have carried 4 words for my Spanish lessons, and those are arriba, abajo, al centro, and so on. It helped me through my career to make many nice networking, but unfortunately, I must continue in English. We have seen many nice presentations today about growing market, growing production, growing internalization, and I would like to reflect a view of one single stevedore in Rotterdam on how I experience this in practice. Well, every one of you knows that to produce 1,000,000 ton and to sell 1,000,000 ton could be an easy job. Well, the next job is to ship it safely. So what I would like to share with you today, not much, there will be 5 points. I tell you about ourselves, I tell you how we do it and how a business is using it. I'm sharing with you our discussion on fines and shirt pellets with our customers. I'll share with you opinion on how we think about where to get fines and short pellets out. And of course, I give a little promotion of my favorite harbor in the world. So let's go. What is the Rotterdam bulk terminal? We are pure stevedore, so we only do transshipment, loading and unloading. It owns by 2 companies, both are Noten traders, just the holdings. My stevedoring is another stevedore from Amsterdam, but we have enough business to grow. What are we doing? We are handling about 1.5 million tons of different cargoes, and we can handle 4 million tons per year. We do it with 23 people only. As for wood pellets, looking at Canada and United States, we try to operate in a large bulk segment. So we have a storage of 52,000 tons available. We can take vessels with up to 55,000 tons. Let's say, and just to give you another side of us, we handle agricultural commodities, industrial minerals, and other type of biomass. So my next story is how we do it and how business using it. So I will start pure from operations. So I think everybody knows this, but let's say when a large vessel arrives and we have few traders on the vessel, they ask us to discharge it directly board. And it can go, imagine that on the pictures that is 30,000 tons. We can reload it directly into the coasters of 3, 5 or 7,000 tons. So imagine you have a good brand of 15 kilo bags here in Spain, and at a certain moment the fiber goes on very high level. So it is a good chance for you to just buy a vessel of 6,000 tons in Rotterdam and ship it and repack it. What is important in this? First of all is performance, then quicker the boat is empty, then cheaper it costs. Rain, no rain, but it's normally including, so if it's rainy, everybody stop operations. And of course, timing, is your vessel on time, is all the controls made on time, is all the bills paid on time. So absence of one of them might lead to delay might lead to higher cost of the pellets. So how are we doing this at our terminal? Now, we have 4. We discharging this, we go from left to the right, we do a grab discharge, we put it in our bunkers. It is belted into the silo storage. Why belted? Moving industrial bulk requires speed and quality, because if you do it slower, in fact, we are selling hours. Hours of cranes, hours of people, hours of storage. The more hours we use, the more money you pay, and it's not interesting. What do we have for storage? We are using steel silos, which each of them is 12,000 cubes and factually can fit in 6.4 thousand tons of wood pellets. Well, on the right side, we are discharging a 25,000 tons vessel, let's say, and that takes us about 2.5 days of making him empty. Well, some technical part, when you look at our silo from inside, let's say it's 20 meters high and it's loaded from the top. We have a number of discussions with our customer who says, yeah, our pellets is falling from 20 meters height. Yes, it's true, the first tonnage. The rest is being just piled up to the top and being discharged via underground conveyor belt. So we just open 5 bunkers in the floor and 2/3 is going under own pressure and 1/3 is we moving to the center. That's so far for the silos. Next unit that we're using for wood pellets is flat storage. Central picture, you see a man sticking up a temperature sticks into the pile of, I would say, 5,000 tons. The pile is as high as 15 meters. So another important thing for handling bulk, you will use less space if you can work in a height. Meaning that to put 5,000 tons on a flat storage, which is 3 or 4 meters high, will take you more square meters. More square meters, again, you pay more money. So how we're filling up this shed, we have a conveyor belt running under the ceiling, and again, same discussion. Customer says, my pellet is falling from the top of 15 meters. Yes, it's true, first tonnage. Then we are moving, let's say, a special machine, and we can fill it up, not starting from the floor, but from the middle point of the pile. Again, it's saving the fines and short pellets. On the pictures, you will see how we are unloading the flat storage. We're using a caterpillar, which is putting this on the conveyor belt, and it's loading to the jetty. Jetty is 6-meter draft, meaning you can load the vessels of 5,000 tons. So suppose your vessel is late, and you need a temporary storage. We can, of course, you will have 2 handlings instead of 1, but it's still, you have a chance to buffer some logistical imperfectness. Well, fines and short pellets. In 2005, 2006, we have not had this discussion with utility companies. We know 5 or 6 people, that's the 5 or 6 large producers of electricity, and that was it. Because everything is milled, everything is put on electricity, nobody cares. Unless we come to the retail pellets, which are very sensitive for fines and shorts. So this discussion started. Well, our points as a stevedore, if you have vessels, and imagine you can have vessels 80, 90, and if you speak on a matter of Rotterdam, which can take up to 150,000 tons vessels with wood pellets, it's always discussion of performance against quality. Vessels must be discharged as soon as possible, so if you discharge very carefully 100 tons per hour, it will take us a month to discharge, and the vessel needs to be paid. So then we always look, let's say, in every technical discussion when customers say, listen, I would like to have 3 millimeters and fines out of the cargo. They all say, why would you not screen them at the discharging of the vessel? Well, we look at every technical challenge from 3 point of view. Technical, well, technically everything is possible. Operationally, well, you hire 2 extra guys, you pay extra money, and it's possible. The last question is commercial. Who's going to pay that? And that's where it ends sometimes. So we will have to find a balance between having a cheap pellets delivered from outside of the ocean, but having, let's say, paying some attention to what we are losing. Well, therefore, what we are advising to some of our customers to say, okay, listen, you can bring 20, 50,000 tons, put them in storage. And let's say then you have to look at your business model. Where is your customer located? And how many handlings between the vessel discharging and your customer's receivable? Because if you're selling FOB barge, which means, yeah, we load it from the storage and that's the rest of the problem of the customer, well, then we screen to the stevedores. But if you have it loaded on a coaster, for example, it went to Spain, you discharge it on the terminal, and then you have to truck it, yeah, you better screen it before you put it in a production and screened out material using in your nice factory. We made some investigation, let's say, on screens. It's our approximate numbers. If we put up a screen on our terminal, which will handle between 40 and 120 tons per hour, which is our discharging speed from the shed for trucks and for the barges, such a machine costs between 30 and 80,000 euro. When we are discharging vessel between 400 and 600 tons per hour. So, which meaning, in my opinion, that if you want to have a larger screen, it will cost more money, and since we have 2 cranes, we need 2 screens again. Therefore, let's say Screening of the material we can do once, let's say we consider this if you have 3 or 4 small customers, screening can be done. Well, discharging vessel quick, why is it important? Here's a small example. We received a vessel of 14,000 tons from Canada, comparable cargo, which we've been asked to discharge 7,500 tons per 24 hours. Every day of delay will cost 3,500 euro extra. Which means, again, discharging slowly is not an option. It must be very quickly discharged. What happens, again, what happens with the wood pellets? The vessel must depart clean. So basically everything which is taken and it looks like a wood pellet is taken out. Of course, if any contamination is appearing, we immediately make a photo, we immediately notify each party. That's our part of responsibility. So if you buy 60,000 tons from Canada, US, and you bring it to Rotterdam, you bring it together with the fines and with the short pellets. The business will stay. Why? Because bulk is cheap. That's our point. The larger is the vessel, then cheaper you pay for the shipment. If you look at a CIF price of wood pellets at Rotterdam, 50% of the price is a freight. So on basis of 2013, if you buy 25,000 tons in place of 25,000 tons, well, you can save some of $6. Well, on 25,000 ton parcel, it's substantial discount. Let's say disadvantage of bulk, of course, fines and screen management. However, several opinions shows here, especially Scandinavian experience, that you can reuse them for production. There are a number of production points in the area of Rotterdam where people might pay you between 70 and 90 euro per ton of screened material. Well, other logistic budgets, of course, let's say if you place a screen and fine material in storage, we have extra storage. And if you buy 45,000 tons, you need another finance. Well, so far, why Rotterdam? Well, Stevedore is not speaking much. Let's say this, for example, a Panamax vessel at the site. Why Rotterdam? Rotterdam has all necessary infrastructure. There are enough covered storage. Let's say the draft is good to take vessels up to 200,000 tons for the wood pellets, which means if several traders combine the efforts, they can have it cheaply. Well, experience with wood pellets handling is since 2002 in Rotterdam, and costs, yeah, Rotterdam is the largest harbor in Europe, so which means the competition is high and prices are low. That's what everything I would like to share with you today from a stevedoring point of view.
Thanks a lot, Maurice. Thanks a lot.